Hi, my name's Todd Vikstrom. I own a company called Belize Imports and also Belize Coconuts. I've been involved in importing many things into Belize and out of Belize for around 25 years. I was in the resort industry, a fast food drive-through in Belize City, construction out of the Keys, home construction, and farming. I built a resort in Placencia in 1995, long before it was the megatropolis that it is today. I shipped in a container that was first delivered, the first one delivered down to Placencia right from the port, after spending 4 days sitting in Belize City, waiting for it to be cleared. Of course, I didn't have the proper paperwork. It was a different time. I had a container full that was to build a resort, everything from refrigerators to chairs. So I finally found an individual in charge that would allow me to truck it down to Placencia and fly their inspector down. Just one of my many stories. Many people that were around back then in 1995 remember this container being offloaded by Mike and Bonnie's bar. There, we unloaded walk-in coolers, chairs, beds, you name it. It was offloaded in Placencia. But since then, I've shipped many containers. I've shipped cars, boats, lumber from Belize, teak, coconut oil, shredded coconut, whole coconuts. I imported the first tissue culture of teak, and I've imported dogs from the U.S. to Belize. I have to say, many things have not changed in 25 years. If you still go to the port, it's still a hot, dusty place. Still very difficult if you don't get the right individuals. If it has to do with agriculture, you have to use the Belize Agricultural Health Authority, which is called BAHA. I'm very familiar being in and out of BAHA office. They're the ones that give you the phyto certificate to export any fruit, vegetables, or animal, and import the same. They're the ones in charge of that. You really need also to plan on having a broker to help you if you don't want to spend days at the port. Over the years, I've used Hyde Shipping. They've done an excellent job. In the Miami end, great crew there to take care of things. And in Belize, they're called Caribbean Shipping, and they take care of the exports. There's always something different each time. This week, May 22nd, we ran into an issue in which, because of the coronavirus, the Belize port wasn't allowing any loading to be done in containers in the port. So we have to pay $750 to load our container in a separate warehouse, then have that container come over and be charged for freight. And if the container's not full, then we'll be paying for full freight on that. It's a paper chase, and I'm going to get into that. This is a series of videos I'm going to go through on how to ship products, how to pick your product from Belize. There's many great products. Many are already here. I just saw Marie Sharp's on the shelf the other day, and they've been doing that for years. But I'm going to make some videos for you to see what product, why you want to use that product, do your research on it. I'm going to talk about shipping in detail, the different permits through the FDA, USDA, APHIS, all these different ones. Again, what kind of containers you'll be using for different things. I'm going to get into getting it here into the United States, and then how to label. And there's a lot behind what kind of labels you can put on, what it has to have in weights and things, and then again registering that with the FDA and being set up that they register your office. They register your office in Belize and here in the United States. Then I'll be discussing the business. There's a lot of interesting information that I can share with you on registering your company in Belize, getting your name trademarked. There's quite a bit to that. Getting an EIN number, which is a business registration number in the United States, how to file for that. You'll need that in all the stores or retail places. They're going to want to know what kind of insurance you have, which $1 million insurance. I'll show you where you can get that very reasonable online. It's the store's requirements. Your DUNS number, that's a business number that you need for doing a lot of business in the United States, and also the brokers require that or request it anyway. So I'll go over that also with you. Then on the next video, we'll talk about packaging, if you're going to use glass, box, buckets, and then the important thing, the labeling, what the FDA, USDA requirements are. are, and how to then register those names or that label with the FDA. Then the next video talk about shipping, either air or through the shipping lines or over land, which I know Tex Bell that does juices and coconut water stuff are doing on the ground. Then the final at this point will be the branding and how to get that name, whatever that company name, and get it out there. Now you've already selected that company name as we discussed the business, and I'll go into that, how to find out where you can do that. But I'll show you how to get on the range meet, which is excellent to be able to get your product out and visible. I'll discuss a little bit about Amazon. Amazon is very difficult. We were on it for a few months, and it's just the money's not there compared to being able to get your product into the grocery stores and things. Unless you have something you're going to produce a lot of cheap, and I don't think that's probably the products coming out of Belize. We have a more quality product, so there's areas to go with that. Google advertising is very good though. Facebook advertising, we've done some of that. Again, that is a lot of branding I do with that, not necessarily trying to sell my product there, but you can brand and show your product. And then just some of the other advertising. And then I may do a final video which will kind of wrap everything back up. But sometimes when you get into things, it seems overwhelming, but just know that you can give me a call or you can email me. I can help you with some of these things in between. I'm back and forth between Belize and the United States, so I can help you. Why I'm doing it is just because I've been in Belize for 25 years. I know we have some good products, like to see them here in the United States. And with the whole Asian markets, all that kind of changing and people not really trusting that market, I think this is a great opportunity to be able to do more. Sorry this is moving. It's windy out here today. I'll go over by step though how you can get your product on the shelves, and I'm going to post to YouTube and then also to this page, which would be probably this Facebook page is Belize Exports. So if you have any questions, contact me. I'll eventually be posting up the broker's numbers I use, the shipping company numbers. I'll give you those. And if you have a product that you think should be on the shelves of grocery stores, or also, big opportunities working with bakeries. I know the bakeries have different individual products. I read someone was doing vanilla. I mean, that's a huge thing if you're doing wholesale with the vanilla in the store, the bakeries. We have massive bakeries here in the Miami area that ship all over the country, and in New York, which we're moving into those markets also. Retail stores. Another great thing is, some of these flea markets that are getting bigger and bigger throughout the United States, people on a weekend can make what they make in an entire week, and maybe our whole retail may be changing with the whole coronavirus things, that people won't want to go into stores. They'll want to be on these outdoor platforms. But, and discuss with you too that, you may want to, come in to the United States, go into the stores, feel out how your product might do. And, if it's clothing line, you can start with a clothing line online. There's a very niche market for Belizean products. So I can help you with that. And again, people have done very well over the years. As I said, Maria Sharps is seen in a lot of places. But the next video I'm going to get into will be about your product and why it's important to be in love with that product. So I'll sign off here. Thanks for listening. Again, if you have any questions, you can email me at office@belizecoconuts.com, and I look forward to having you look at my next video, your product. Thank you.